everybody, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and follow me on all your platforms, Candy Coated Secrets. Okay, tonight we're going to get into Chrisean and Blueface. So this is the fifth episode. Okay, I know y'all like, oh, where you been? I'm sorry, I'm gonna catch y'all up. So on the fifth episode, okay, it wasn't really too much going on this episode, but I liked it, okay. They went to counseling, they talked about it, and if you paid attention, you really got to learn a lot during that therapy session. I know I did, okay. So moving right along. So the episode starts off with them in the house. They decide to have a date night, which the date actually ended up, not being a date at all, ended up being in shambles, whatever. Of course, Chrisean, starting off, she's drinking. On here they keep her drinking. So they're getting ready. I thought that was cute. The his and hers in the sink. They're getting together in the bathroom. She's doing her makeup. He's putting on all of his necklaces. She's doing the same thing. Of course, she's drinking and she's trying to get it together. They're trying to go and they're going to begin to talk about, what happened after, the meeting with the mother and the sister. Because remember, the last episode, they went to the house. They went to the mother's house and they had it. So Blueface seemed like he was kind of like instigating this time. And it doesn't seem like that he really wants her to be cool with his family. So they go out on their date. They're at the date. They're at the dinner table. She is just acting all kind of like she don't know what she doing. She's just chewing the bread, spitting it out, saying the food is nasty. She's intoxicated. So let's try to give her that because she's intoxicated. But I think that this is how she acts anyway. Because even when she ain't intoxicated. Make sure you give me a like, subscribe, and a thumbs up to the channel. Leave a comment and let me know what you thought about this episode. If you saw the episode. So they're in the restaurant, they're talking. He was like, well, everything must be okay with you guys because you started following them on Instagram and they follow you too. Y'all know people like to make it mean like it means something when people follow and hit that follow and unfollow button. I don't know why people take that so personal, but they do. Maybe it feels, man, I don't know. Because it's not like you know all 40 million of these people. We got to figure that out. So, she's like, okay, well, I followed them just to do it. It was just something to do. But Blueface is like, but why would you do it? If it's something to do, she was like, well, I'll unfollow him right now. What the fuck? It don't mean nothing to me. All of that. So she ends up doing that. He ends up, they end up talking about the relationship and different things like that. And different things that occurred. And I think he said like she was like that was like the worst date he had been on, and y'all know that sent her into a tizzy. She's like, really, babe? You really feel like this is the worst date? I'm really the worst date that you've ever been on? So that turned into a huge mess in itself where they ended up leaving the restaurant. They couldn't even finish the date. So then they end up going to therapy. She was saying she don't think she needs to go to therapy. She doesn't think they need to go to therapy, but they're going to do it. So it was really given they doing it because it's a part of the show. Like neither one of them really wanted to go. Baby, they get to the therapy office. Chrisean busts through the door of this man's office. And he's like, what in the world? And I was laughing because she walked in the therapy sitting there talking to the man with a Red Bull and a bottle of Patron or Casa, whatever it is she drink. Y'all know she drink everything. And was like, oh my God. So while he's talking to her, asking her, how does she feel about her and that she has to be separated from him because he wants to talk to them one-on-one before he brings them back in to talk to each other together. He's asking her about, her anger and, what is it that makes her, her triggers to make her go off. But she's like, she's real shut off. She's just saying how, certain things she don't like it just be a trigger for her. She starts to cry, but she does a lot of like avoiding it with drinking. And she say, why we want to talk about this? I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. And y'all know here recently, she had been doing that on a lot of interviews. They've been doing interviews and she's been doing the same thing, saying, I don't want to talk about that. Why are we even discussing this? So he was like, well, what is it that you think that y'all can improve in the relationship? But everything with Chrisean is, I just need to get more money. If I get more money, then my family will be better. Our relationship will be better. You know, money, 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 money. And just like half of people today, she thinks that money will solve all her problems, but it won't. It may put a Band-Aid on some of the issues, like you ain't got to worry about, you could pay your red light tickets and stuff like that. You can renew the tags on your cars. You know, it might take care of them little problems. You're not worrying where your next meal going to come from. But overall, money is not going to be able to fix your self-esteem. Money is not going to be able to fix the relationship. Money is not going to be able to fix all the things that are broken within inside of yourself. So I think that, you know, once she discovers that, along with like the rest of the world, things will get easier and it'll be a better place and it'll be better for her to understand. So she was talking about that and she just kept saying how money, 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 you know, I just got to get more money. You know, we have sex all the time and things like that. So they put her out. So when they put her out, in comes Blueface. Now here's the thing with Blueface. I didn't really like Blueface's session. I didn't care. You tell me, did you like Blueface's or what y'all thought about Blueface's? I didn't really like Blueface's time with the therapist because it seemed like they were pointing Chrisean as the problem. I didn't like that. Like that's what I got. You know, he's asking Blueface, you know, how is it being with her? And he's like, you know, she's like a ticking time bomb, but I'm being patient with her. You know, she has a temper. She has a hand problem. And he's like, well, what is it that happens for her to have a hand problem? You know, Blueface is like, it don't take anything for her to have a hand problem. So the therapist is asking him like, well, what do you want out of this? The same thing he asked Chrisean. What do y'all want out of this relationship? Where do y'all see it going? You know, he asked Blueface the same thing. And he's like, well, what does your childhood look like? What does your background come from? Because then I want to help you be able to understand why it is you're dealing with some of the things that you're dealing with when it comes to Chrisean. But he also asked him, well, what are the things that you do to her that make her mad? So Blueface isn't dumb. He's very aware of what he's doing. He knows how to push her buttons. Just like anybody, when you're in a relationship with them, they know how to push your buttons. They know what buttons to push to send you off. And he does them. And he does it every time. He does it every time. So that was the only thing that I didn't like about Blueface interview. Look at me interview. His therapy session. Well, you might as well say it was like an interview. You know, is that he did say he cared about her. You know, he did say that he doesn't like when she's like that. And he doesn't like that he contributes to that. But, you know, sometimes that's like the only way to get her attention. But you know what they say? No attention, bad attention is better than no attention, so they say. But being a seeker for attention is a problem in itself, especially when you're in a relationship. So now they finally come back in together. She's still drinking. At that time, she's drinking her water. She's doing everything. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment to the channel, okay? Help me get where I'm going. And so he brings them back together, and he's asking her, you know, and he's asking Blueface, he's like, you know, I talked to both of you guys, clear, both of y'all care about each other, but what is it that y'all are looking for? Where do y'all see the relationship? And neither one of them did give him an answer about where they see the relationship, except for Chrisean. She kept saying, money, 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 I just gotta make more money, it's gonna be together. It is gonna be more, it's gonna be better. You know, she says it a lot of times. She wants to get married. She wants kids. And Blueface says he doesn't want that. So that's an indication right then and there. So I don't know if they're doing certain things just for like the internet or just for the show, because as you know now, she's saying she's pregnant. He's saying it's not his. You just never know when it comes to like promo of shows, being in the limelight, being on the shade room and getting attention. You just never know with some of these celebrities what's going on with them for real versus what's going on just to bring traction and attention to them. You never know. But overall, I don't think it was a successful therapy session. It ended on a good note. You know, they said they loved each other. And even when she came back in the room, the therapist was still asking her a lot of the things, like, going deeper with her. And it is like you could tell Chrisean is a star and that she is the star because they focus more on Chrisean than they do Blueface. When they both got a damn problem, okay? Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see that. They both have a problem. So the 5th episode wasn't too bad. Wasn't no drama. She didn't fight him. It wasn't any of that. So yeah, I say check it out. This one is a short review because it wasn't a lot going on that one. But I think that if they paid attention in therapy, they would have discovered that their shit ain't gonna work. I don't know how much longer it's gonna work, and that it's beyond toxic. It's self-destructing, and yeah. And the therapist was trying to get her to see, like I said earlier, money isn't everything, and that is things that she needs to work on because she can't be hitting him, And the therapist was telling them when they came together, like, you gotta do better. Like, you can't do things if you know it's gonna make her mad. If you know it's gonna make her mad, if you know it's gonna send her off, you have to be aware and prepare yourself and be more self-aware to say, hey, if I do this, I know this is gonna send her off. She's gonna act a certain way. Y'all like my glass? It says CCS for Candy Coated Secrets. Back to Royalty made this for me and sent it to me. Shout out to her. Go follow her. So, he was trying. I'm confused. I don't know if Blueface love her, like her, or if it is just a business thing. And she said that a lot on this episode. And she even says it a lot on social media. Like, is it a relationship or a business-ship? So, I don't know. What y'all think? Do y'all think they're really, really together? Or do y'all think that it's just a business relationship? Or do y'all think that they're just doing it just to do it? Tell me, what y'all thinking? Are they doing it just to do it? Or what? So, I don't know. It's not too much to cover on this one. But there is another one coming. I thought that this was the very last episode, and I learned that it's not. So, it's a bonus clip. So, excuse me. I'm going to get into that. Bonus clip. But until then, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tell me what you want to see, what things you would like to see. And you can also join the Facebook group, Candy Coated Secrets, and follow me on Instagram and say hey. All right? So, we'll be back next week for the finale. See you guys.